let's talk about these products, you guys. This claims to be a full coverage foundation, and it is of course an SPF 50. If you are curious about this foundation at all, you might know that. Again, my shade is 220, and this is full coverage protective makeup, okay? Now, do I like it? Yes, I do. I have worn this foundation several times. I've really enjoyed it. I don't think there is a broad enough shade range. This is, I think, 16 different shades, and it's really hard to choose a color, even for me. And I feel like I have standard medium skin. I can wear neutrals. I can wear a little bit warmer. I can wear a little bit cooler. I would classify this one as a neutral, and this is again 220 Natural Beige. I really like the way that this goes on. What I don't like about it is that they are touting it as protective makeup. Does it have 50 SPF? Yes, it does. Is it really good SPF? No, it's not. Should this be worn alone as SPF? Absolutely not. This is not enough to protect you from the sun, in my opinion. And you say, well, an SPF is not enough. Why? At 50, why is this not going to protect me from the sun's rays? Because how much of this applied to your face is going to give you a 50 SPF? We don't really know. You saw that I put this out onto the back of my hand as I'm applying it. And was that enough to be a 50 SPF? What if you want to apply less than I did? That's certainly not an SPF of 50 then. What are you getting? Are you getting a 20, a 25, a 30? We don't really know. And also, I just want to mention that this is not a dupe for the It CC Cream. I don't know how that ever got started. I'm sure it was because it's an SPF of 50, but this is a chemical sunscreen, and the It CC Cream is an SPF of 50 in a mineral sunscreen, meaning titanium dioxide and physical blockers. This is a chemical blocker, and in my opinion, it's just like apples and oranges. They are not the same at all. I think it's a really cool idea. I really like the foundation. It lasts on me for a very long time, and I will continue definitely to wear this. I don't love that there's so much alcohol in this, but my skin type can probably get away with it. I am normal to combo in my T-zone, and this has a lot of denatured alcohol, which makes it dry down. It dries down like just lickety split, and we really need that in a foundation with SPF 50, because otherwise it would feel like a slippy, slidey, gross, disgusting mess all over our face all day. And I know we definitely do not want that, or at least I would never wear a foundation that felt like that on my face. This feels extremely lightweight, and it really does wear for a very long time for me. If you are extremely dry skinned, this may be drying for you. If you are extremely oily, you might not mind the alcohol in here, but do know that denatured alcohol is really high up on this ingredient list. The other thing is, it says full coverage protective makeup. I think you would have to add a lot of this to get to a real true full coverage look. Now, if you're wearing it over top of your SPF, which you should be, you're getting extra coverage. And I love that. That's great. That's really, I think, what this is intended for, I hope, because this is just not enough on its own. But know that before you buy it. Okay, so let's talk about this Maybelline Superstay Concealer. I think the packaging is so cool. I like the squeeze tube here. Again, that same flexible kind of feeling. The paddle, meh. I mean, I don't love it or hate it. I'm kind of indifferent on that. Light medium. I actually think this is a pretty good match for me. Sometimes I go a little bit lighter than this in my concealers, but I don't mind this one. If I needed to, I could take this and do a one and done under my eyes. Also, you see me put it on my melasma and my spots. It worked okay. My L'Oreal concealer in Pecan, the Infallible Full Wear Concealer, is definitely more full coverage than this. So if you're thinking this is a Shape Tape, not quite. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because many people don't like Shape Tape for the fact that it is such a full coverage look. This might be something that you are looking for. I don't mind it, but for my face, for my melasma spots, for my age spots, for any discoloration, severe discoloration on the face, I really, really love the L'Oreal Infallible Full Cover Wear for that. This is slightly drying under my under eyes. I mean, in an application, I think the trick is to definitely set it right away. Don't let it fill into your lines before you set. And I have definitely been finding that the trick to a lot of these full concealer looks is to apply a setting spray to your sponge and go right over your eye to take down any powder, fully set it into lock in place, fully set it there without breaking up what you worked to cover. So that's my trick. It seems to work for me. I think this looks very pretty on my eyes at the current moment. It's not my favorite concealer, but I like the coverage level on it. If you have dark circles or a lot of discoloration under your eyes, this might not be enough for you. And again, it is slightly drying, so you will have to be the judge of that for you. But I love the packaging, and I'm a fan of Maybelline concealer, so I really, really do like that. I'm just going to talk about this powder real quick because I haven't used it before. I purchased this, not really for this video, but I wanted to include it because it's something that I had never really purchased. And I'm shockingly surprised by this. I don't know why. I really love that it's a mineral base. I tend to do really good with that on my face. And it looks really pretty on the face after you use a setting spray. It really meshes down into the skin. I think it does help with blurring out some pores, and I'm not mad at this powder. I don't know that I needed two. I wasn't sure which shade to get, but I do really like the amount of powder that you're getting in here. I feel like it will last a while, and I really like the shade Fair Light for the under eyes and down the T-zone because it does have a little bit of color to it. And then I've really liked this medium. I was thinking maybe this would be too dark, but I went with it because I usually am a straight medium out of the gate kind of person. So I really liked this setting my face. I thought it did a good job of blending in my blush and bronzer together just to make that seamless, and I definitely will be using that again. It's a very, very, very finely milled powder. It's almost comparable to something that I have used high-end, and I have some high-end in my drawer there that this is better than. So this is definitely a score for around the $6 mark. You cannot go wrong with that. The tattoos, the Maybelline tattoos, they're really good. And I think they might have even changed their formula. I'm definitely still a fan of this original formula, and I didn't feel the need to purchase the new ones because honestly I don't use them as much as I should, but I really am a fan of these. They make a great base, and I thought on its own it was very pretty. I also think it really made my Color Pop Super Shock Shadow just definitely stick to this base very good. And you know, just all over the lid once and done. If you are in a hurry, toss this on and go. I also really love this striking copper under my eye, under my bottom eyelid, not in the waterline, just putting this underneath. It gives a little bit of that life to the bottom of the eyes, and it's not dark, so it's not going to close your eyes off. It looks really pretty in the inner corner as a highlight if you want to do it just there, and it's waterproof, so I really love that. I actually really am a fan also of this Brow Drama Shaping Talk, and I think mine is in the shade Blonde. Let me just look. Definitely is 100 Blonde. So is this blonde? Probably not. Like, I think this runs dark, and the darker you go, I could see how this would almost literally look like a Sharpie brow, and if that is what you're going for, then that's okay. Just know that they run dark, and if you're not going for that look and you want something more natural, definitely choose a shade lighter and just use a light hand. It stays on the brows so good. I mean, I live in such a hot climate. I'm trying to check and see what the temperature is right now. It is, I 115 degrees to be exact right now. So you guys wonder why my hair's not down. Well, that is why. Maybe when it gets cooler we'll work on that. But this lasts through that, you know, like I have no brow fading or anything throughout the day. So, oh, the mascara. This mascara I've used since forever. I mean, I've always loved Great Lash. The waterproof version is my favorite. Of course, you guys already know that. I have more that I love for my upper lashes now. I just don't feel like, you know, I feel like this was so good when it came out, but so many drugstore mascaras have just like blown it out of the water. But it's still a really good, inexpensive, everyday mascara, and I especially love it on my lower lashes because I get no fading. It doesn't bother my contacts, so I will always have this, even if just for wearing it more in the summer because of my allergies and my sensitive eyes. But I really love it for that purpose. So if you struggle with really sensitive eyes, if you struggle with allergies, hay fever, that kind of stuff, this is a great mascara because the formula, it definitely does not budge. I mean, it does not flake. It does not crumble. It stays exactly where you put it, and that's really, really hard to find in a mascara. So I will always buy this. I also love their clear version of that as well. Didn't have a blush, didn't have a bronzer, didn't have a highlight. So let's move on to the lips. Again, I like the formula for these being matte. I really must say I would not have picked these up myself. I really wouldn't, because anything is like matte, I'm just like, but mixed with a gloss, this is really, really nice because as this matte continues to dry down and just really set into the lips, the gloss will kind of counteract some of the dryness that you get, and when it fully dries down, you've got maybe what kind of equalizes out to be like a satin if you put a gloss on top. So I don't mind these. I'll get more use out of these darker shades come fall. I really like anything that has a sharpener built in, so good on you, Maybelline, because this is what drives me crazy about eye pencils, and I just can't, like, I can't sit and sharpen something all day, and I know that this is there. I can do it wherever I am, stick this back in the end. And you know what? Even if you just get these as lip liners, they're really good because you can get that precise line over and over with the sharpener. I don't mind that. You can never have enough red lip liners or red lips or whatever, and you're definitely, you know, if you like mauves, you definitely would get some use out of these, and I think that I will love these more come fall and winter. So, I mean, I think that for what they are a good matte formula. They are long-lasting. On me, I can't speak to the drying because anything matte, it just, I just cannot tolerate the way it feels. So I don't mind these with the gloss, but I can't speak to whether the matte is the most comfortable matte formula because I'm just not a matte lover. But I'm really grateful to have gotten these to try out. So I like that, but I do want to just touch on this really quick. This Master Fix is really good setting spray. I remember that I didn't get it because I felt like it was just so expensive at the drugstore, you know, and, you know, sometimes I get so irritated that the prices are creeping up, that you almost might as well get high-end products sometimes. But I was really curious, especially at the $3.99 price point for this, and I like this. This is not Urban Decay all-nighter type of setting spray, but it's more than, say, the e.l.f. Mist and Set. Like, if you like that natural set, you might enjoy this one because it does actually set your makeup. Dries down a little bit, but it's just not as hard of a dry down, in my opinion, as something like the all-nighter. But it does really give a beautiful finish to my makeup. I really like the way that my face looks like today, and I probably will continue to repurchase this one. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. Don't forget this. Beauty comes from in here and not with any price tag. I love you guys so much. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. smash the like button if you did like this video, and I would appreciate that because it does help my channel to grow. Leave me a comment down below. What's your favorite Maybelline product? Which ones do you want to try? Do you have one that I should try? I love to keep that conversation going so I'll know what to pick up in the future. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.
I think that should be enough. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Off to edit.